Hi guys, Dr. Nick here. So today I kind of want to tell you a little bit more about myself. I don't know how much you know about me personally in terms of my journey towards naturopathic medicine and where I am today. I probably can't do it all in one video, but I'm going to give you just a little bit of an introduction just for yourselves if interested. If you don't, it's no problem at all. So I guess before all this ever started for me, what did I do? I used to be kind of in the past, actually, I used to have another career, if you can believe that or not. I was a medicinal chemist in the pharmaceutical industry, kind of conducting research for drug discovery. So my job was to discover new drugs. I worked on antibiotics and I worked on cancer drugs. We failed at both of them, of course, but it doesn't matter. It was a fun time, I'll be honest with you. I really enjoyed that job for the intellectual part of it, for the problem-solving part of it. There is so much. There was such a chance for you to kind of have your own input and put your little twist on things. So there was an artistic ability there too. So I was able to use also my creative side, is a better word. But I guess going through that, I always wanted to go back to school. That was my goal even when I was doing that. I was going to go back to get my kind of PhD in kind of chemistry or biological chemistry or chemical biology. I got into a PhD programs across Canada, but I felt at that point it wasn't the right move for me. I didn't want it as much anymore. Still loved, I told you, chemistry, but I just didn't want it as much. And at that time too, it was a pivotal point because the biggest thing that kind of drove me to where I am today is my sister, in very simple terms, and she changed my life in a good way. I'll say, because at that point she became ill, and it was hard. It was difficult for her more than anybody else, of course, and it was hard to see her not being able to get the medical attention she needed, and the unknowns. I think that was the biggest thing. Just there was a lot of unknowns at the start of it, especially, and there wasn't a lot that was shifting. And when she became ill, and then there was nobody there to help, it kind of something inside of me ignited. I don't know why. I don't even know how it happened, but I knew I had to go into medicine. It was just kind of, that was my time to do that. Before, in the past, I thought about it, I wanted to, but I liked chemistry, so I focused that way. But with her, it kind of shifted inside, something shifted inside of me at that moment as we were going through the process, through her journey of healing, and I had to go into it. And then for some reason, I just fell upon naturopathic medicine, and it just felt right. I don't know if you've ever, for you guys, if it's ever happened in the past where there's something just feels right. You just know inside of you that it's the right thing to do, and then that's what happened. So I just applied to school, got in within kind of like left my job, and then started kind of like school as soon as I could. That's what my goal was: get into school as fast as I can. So I got into the naturopathic medical school as fast as I could. Started right away. 4 years there, I went like crazy fast. Had a wonderful experience. And I was just so focused the whole time because through my time in school, and then through my sister's journey, I was learning so much on both sides. I was learning the fundamentals, of course, of medicine, and also how to apply it naturopathically. But then I was learning about the details of practical medicine that we were seeing through my sister's journey with different doctors too as well, and be exposed to things that I would have never been exposed to if I was just in school or even after school. It would have taken me so long to be exposed to some of these things. So I think that's how I kind of got, in simple terms, into naturopathic medicine. And then from there, it's kind of been like, wow. I think once I got my my license, like once I graduated, did my board exams and got my license exams done, and was officially kind of an ND. And then I just started doing courses like crazy, because I still did courses during school, but this was my chance now to kind of go fulfill more of those knowledge gaps that I knew I would have after the fact, and also those knowledge gaps during my sister's kind of treatments with different doctors or seeing different specialists, where I knew I wanted to learn those therapies, but I just never had a chance to during that time frame. Because why? I'm in school, I got to learn the basics, I got to start with the fundamentals before I kind of expand on those. So that's what I did, and I kind of went crazy with courses around, and I still do that to this point. But again, biggest thing for me that drives me every day is seeing patients get better. I know it's possible that patients can get better. I know they will get better. It takes time to process, especially with complex chronic illness, because I've seen it personally through my sister's journey. And I'm not the one that suffered, but she's the one that suffered through all this. But she's taught me so much, so I'm able to see a different perspective also, not just from behind the table sitting there as a doctor, but also seeing it from a family member's perspective and seeing the suffering that can happen with people going through these types of illnesses on a daily basis. So that's what gives me more of a drive. That's what gives me more of a drive every day to kind of become better for my patients, especially because I understand the economics of it, I understand all aspects of it, and what it takes also. And it is difficult. It's not an overnight thing that we can get patients better, but I know there's ways to it, and that's my job, is to find the optimal ways for patients. And whenever I can't myself be the one that can support them in one area, is create the team around me, or be the coordinator of different services, so we can find the right people in a team setting to support you, the patient, so you can find your way back to optimal health, because that's the end goal of what we're trying to achieve here overall. So hopefully you enjoyed that a little bit. That's kind of maybe a little bit of introduction. I just wanted to share a little bit. Feel free to comment and tell us a little bit of your stories. And like I said, overall, I just want people to know there's hope, there's possibility, and it is possible. We just have to put the puzzle pieces together and put things in a proper manner, strategize and execute, and then things can happen the way we want to, and even you can reach your optimal health. So again, thanks for watching. Continue to follow me so you can see about new updates that we have here at Arena Healing Solutions.